I am still reeling from the epic event that was E3. So for those of you who aren't aware, E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, is a massive gaming event that happens each year at the LA Convention Center in LA. It's where all big publishers make huge announcements about all their new games or show teasers and updates for all the games they've been working on. The show floor of the whole event is crazy. It's just these huge booths with lights and noise and music and just crowds and crowds of people. People are just hyped after all the announcements and they want to play as much as possible. Now, these announcements actually happen before the expo even begins in a series of live streamed press conferences. This year, huge games, big announcements, not to mention a show-stopping, meme-generating appearance from Keanu Reeves, which was nothing short of breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
But more on that later. I recently received a new gaming PC from Lenovo. It's a Legion T730 and it's decked out with the kind of specs that are just begging for new games. I will put a link to that unboxing video, but right now I am going to run through my most anticipated PC games of E3, the ones that I'm most looking forward to playing. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We so desperately need a good Star Wars game, and this could be it. It's set a few years after Revenge of the Sith and follows protagonist Cal Kestis. Cal Kestis? Weird name, but okay. He's a Jedi Padawan whose identity is revealed to the Empire. So they send a bunch of Inquisitors after him and he's got to escape and try and stay alive and ultimately visit a whole bunch of cool Star Wars locations and get into a bunch of sick lightsaber battles. I'm excited about this because the devs have cited Metroid as an inspiration for their level design and there's going to be a strong focus on exploration. And as far as action games go, it looks pretty impressive. Watch Dogs Legion. So I've played all the games in the Watch Dogs franchise. It's a Ubisoft series set in a kind of alternate reality where the government controls information and keeps everybody under a kind of Big Brother style surveillance. So there's this hacker network called DedSec who've been kind of recruiting people and forming a resistance. But in this third installment, there is no central protagonist because you can recruit and play as anyone in the game. It's set in a city of London, so any Londoner you encounter, or a tourist, maybe they're just visiting, I don't know, you can recruit them and play as them and you have a whole little hacker network of your own. And that's just crazy. Crazy awesome, because I managed to recruit and play as this cool hacker grandma, and she just kicked butt, let me tell you. It was hilarious actually. She takes people down with a taser because she's old and bippy. But I actually had more success with her than any of the other characters. Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate is a classic that I have to admit I've actually never played, but I know enough about its roots in Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy role-playing, so it sounds right up my alley. Lots of people are excited about the announcement of a third game, but what has me most excited is that it's being developed by Larian Studios, the developers of one of my favorite games, Divinity Original Sin 2. And that means that it is without a doubt going to be absolutely amazing. 12 minutes. This is a really unique concept about a guy who's stuck in a time loop, a 12-minute time loop. I'm pretty sure it's something like this guy learns his wife is pregnant, but then she gets arrested for murdering his dad or something, and he's stuck in this time loop and he has to circumvent certain events to try and figure out what actually happened, or something to that effect. Anyway, the entire game takes place from a top-down perspective, which as a visual device is super unique. I just think that's so interesting, having everything from a bird's eye view for this kind of game, so I'm really curious to see how it's evolved. Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, lastly, if you know anything about me, you'll know that CD Projekt Red, the Polish developers that made my favorite game in the whole world, The Witcher 3, have a new game. It's called Cyberpunk 2077. It's a huge departure from the fantasy RPG that made them famous. It's futuristic, it's a shooter, and it's set in the first person, which kind of sucks because it means you won't get to see all of the cool Blade Runner style gear that you're inevitably going to pick up, but I think it makes sense for the immersiveness of this world. From what I saw of the demo, it looks gritty, detailed, and incredibly violent, although I was interested to learn that you can play through the entire game completely passively if you want to. Also, blessed Keanu gave us a release date. It's the 16th of April 2020. Thanks, Keanu! So there you have it, my top 5 PC games from this year's E3. What are you excited about playing? Let me know in the comments.